The arena of eternity existed outside normal spacetime, a realm where beings of immense power gathered once every million years. Gods, they called themselves, entities who could shatter planets with thoughts, birth stars with gestures, bend reality like clay. Marcus Thompson stood in the center of the arena, looking remarkably out of place in his worn NASA jumpsuit among beings of living plasma and crystallized time. The crowd of divine entities laughed, a sound that would have driven lesser beings mad. A human, the architect of souls, a being of pure geometric impossibility, projected its amusement. The youngest species in the cosmos dares enter the tournament of gods? The tournament's rules were simple. Demonstrate power in its purest form. Previous winners had created galaxies, collapsed dimensions, rewoven the fundamental forces of nature. The winner would be granted dominion over an entire sector of reality. Marcus had arrived through a rift, a one-in-infinity quantum fluctuation that transported him here during a routine space station repair. By ancient law, any being who entered the arena during the tournament could compete. The gods had found it amusing enough to allow. The first competitor, Thyros the Star Render, stepped forward. With a casual wave, he compressed 1,000 solar masses into a singularity, then exploded it into a new constellation that spelled his name across the void. The crowd approved with resonances that shook existence. Next came Infinity's daughter, who reached into parallel dimensions and pulled through versions of herself, creating an army of 1 billion gods, each one wielding the power of creation. She made them dance in perfect synchronization, then collapsed them back into one being. The display of control was breathtaking. The Phoenix of Dark Matter went third, dying and rebirthing itself across every possible timeline simultaneously, creating a cascade of existence that rippled backward through causality itself. Then it was Marcus's turn. He reached into his jumpsuit pocket and pulled out a photograph. Just a simple, creased photo of a young girl with pigtails and a gap-toothed smile. The laughter was deafening. "This is your power, human?" the architect mocked. "A primitive, two-dimensional image?" Marcus looked at the photo for a long moment, then began to speak. "This is my daughter, Emily. She died 3 years ago. Leukemia." His voice was steady, quiet, yet somehow it carried across the infinite arena. "I was on the Mars mission when it happened. Couldn't get back in time to say goodbye." The laughter faded slightly, replaced by confusion. "She loved the stars," Marcus continued. "Said she wanted to touch them all one day. I told her she would. I lied." He held up the photo higher. "You want to see power? Thyros, you created a constellation. But I carry the entire universe in this photo because Emily believed I could. Every night she was in the hospital, she'd look up and say, 'Daddy's up there,' making the stars brighter for me." The arena had gone silent. Infinity's daughter pulled through 1 billion versions of herself. "But I carry infinite versions of Emily. Every future she'll never have, every laugh I'll never hear, every birthday that won't come. I carry them all, every second of every day, and I don't break. Keep going. I keep breathing." Some of the lesser gods began to flicker, feeling something they'd never experienced. "The phoenix dies and rebirths across timelines? I die every morning when I wake up and remember she's gone. And every morning I choose to live anyway, to continue her dream of touching the stars." Marcus's eyes glistened but didn't overflow. "You measure power in creation and destruction, in the bending of reality. But I measure it in something you've forgotten in your eons of existence, love. The power to lose everything that matters and still choose hope. The power to carry impossible grief and transform it into purpose." He kissed the photo gently and put it back in his pocket. "That's human power. We don't need to create galaxies. We create meaning from suffering. We forge purpose from pain. We take our finite, fragile existence and declare it infinite through memory, through love, through the connections that transcend death itself." The architect of souls examined Marcus with new interest, seeing something it had never perceived before. A power that didn't dominate reality but transformed it from within. "I don't need to win your tournament," Marcus said. "I just needed you to understand. Power isn't about what you can destroy or create. It's about what you can endure and still choose to love. The arena remained silent for an eternity. Then, one by one, the gods began to fade away, returning to their realms. Not in mockery or anger, but in something resembling contemplation. The architect was the last to leave. "The tournament is concluded," it declared. "The human has won. I didn't demonstrate. You redefined power itself. That is the greatest victory in the tournament's existence." Marcus found himself back on the space station, tools still in hand. In his pocket, Emily's photo seemed to pulse with warmth, as if somewhere in the cosmos, the stars had indeed grown a little brighter.